And welcome, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I am Monster to Mermaid. This is Minecraft with the Minecolonies mod and a lot of other mods, which we're going to explore today as part of all the stuff that we're doing. On Twitch this morning, we started out Twitch by saying thank you. Thank you to all the developers, all the mod creators for Minecraft who have made this impossibly amazing world and have influenced so many games to be sandboxes. And all of that has just been lovely. I'm changing my view and I wanted to say thank you. I know that from time to time, there comes a time like what's happening now where when something is being developed or something has been added that is really new, it's very easy for it to not be fun. But it contains so many fun things that I just get to the point where it's like, I don't care. We'll just work around it. And it usually takes me a couple of days to get to that place, but it's one of the reasons why I don't complain. I try not to. I don't complain on Discord to the developers because what am I going to say that they don't already know? And so I don't like doing that. That makes it that moderators are constantly having to explain stuff that you should already know. It takes time. Everything takes time. Now, the kids growing up super fast, what's happened for me is because I am waiting for them to reach a level 30 before they start working, and a level 30 in the library takes a while. This is actually the time when they're kids. This is actually the time when they have a chance to explore the world, and luckily they are doing it here. So we have our last set of kids. Beatrix is Michael's partner now, and so Beatrix is permanently a professor at the university. Michael is the dean of the university. Eli is helping to father, or helping to raise is better because he's not fathering them, helping to raise 2 kids. And so that's why he's here, and he's decided to teach while he's doing that. Fabian is the head librarian for the university. That means he's in charge of all the books at the university, and that's a big responsibility. And then we have our kids. This is Gray, and you can see they're kind of in their second year. This is Patrick, his sister Renata. This is Talon, who is Lane's brother. Now, Lane came in the group before and was raised, I think even by blood probably. And Lane got a job just when we decided to have these kids. So he was afraid that he would be doing something bad if he acknowledged his brother. So he allowed his brother to be raised by Brentley and Ayla. They're raising Talon and one of Talon's friends. And so, yes, Elsa. I keep wanting to call her Ayla. Elsa. So Elsa and Brentley are raising Talon, and I believe Gray. I believe they're raising Gray. And I don't know why I'm doing this when I can simply go and look. Why don't we go and look instead of guessing? So we'll go to the pages and we'll look for a minute and see what we can see. So there's the information that we need. And here we go. Yes, so Brentley and Elsa are raising Talon and Gray. Now Talon will get to know Lane as a part of growing up, and so they'll be fine. And then Elsa, of course, is one of the mothers she's raising. Everly is running the bookstore at the hotel, and that's why her numbers are up there. And then we have Kari. So we have all of the kids, and they're only in their second year. So one of the kids was a prodigy, and her name was Steffi, and her name is Steffi, and she was raised by Sloan and Rome, but she is already a restaurant owner. And we explained on Twitch this morning the thing about that had she been in another city, because of her brilliance, she would not have been a chef. She would not have owned a restaurant. She would have been automatically prescribed to be a researcher or a druid or a knight or something, a doctor, more than likely a doctor or a mechanic, something like that. Definitely not a restaurant owner. But the fact that that's what she wanted to do, that she wanted to be a restaurant owner, is part of the reason that the Druid sanctuary exists. And so she has been granted permission to do that. Everyone's hungry. It's morning, and let's see what time it is. See, it's only 7:30. A lot of people wake up hungry, and then they go and get food. Now, not everyone is being satisfied yet, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the food. There was a new update right before I started. Started the YouTube stream. I saw a new update, and so we're going to see if that update actually solves some of the things that we have noticed. So here are people waiting to be fed, and there we go. She was ordering takeout, and she got her takeout, and there's other people who are getting fed. They're having kimchi for breakfast, and then she's going to get to the others. She asked them what they wanted, and now she's going to serve them some food. And it looks like one of our farmers, he thought he was going to leave, but he changed his mind. Two of our people are having breakfast together. Although that kind of seems weird, doesn't it? That comes down too far. Ooh, what if we put a half slab there? Hold on for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's look at stone. Let's try just putting a half piece there. And let's see what happens if we do that. So we wanted it to look like that, but that comes down too far when they're talking to each other. That's better. So we'll do that. Do we want to do that here? No, I don't think so, but let's look. Nah. I don't like that there. Here we'll just keep these the length that they are. And you could ask, why don't we have cabinets there? They didn't look good. Then such is Primus, everybody. Okay, so yeah, so there is,
Hi.
Who's that? Hi, Danny. Danny is one of our builders. He's trying to find something
It's a
that
fine
he
day.
wants to eat. He's full. And this is one of the things. So now he's not asking, he's just talking to
Right away.
Steffi. He's flirting with Steffi. Steffi is young, is a brand new female who is grown up. She's grown up, but she is young. Hi, Cadence. And what? What's the matter? What's the matter? Wait, what? Do you like Danny too? Is that what you're saying? You like Danny and he's not paying any attention? You know, you could talk to him, Cadence. He seems to want to talk. So let's get Danny something to do. This is Evelyn's. Here is a level 3. This is a level 3 of this. And we're going to have these come up to the level 4. So Danny is working on these, upgrade the building, and we'll have him upgrade this one too. And that will give him something to do. There's somebody watching me. Upgrade the building, Danny. And did I pick Danny? Cancel. Build options. Builder is Danny. Upgrade the building. I got distracted. Someone's watching me. All right, and this is our new warehouse, which seems to be humming along quite well and filling up. We opened the warehouse because this morning, or yesterday evening, the warehouse was full. And it is at the highest level that the warehouse can be at. And if it's full, that means that there's nothing that we can do except open a new one. We sorted the warehouse, and we can do that. Who's this? Let me see who this is here.
Need something?
This is Edison. Edison is a courier, and he's waiting to have something to eat. And Greta just loves this new restaurant. She loves it. She is the composter. See this beautiful garden out here? That's hers. Look at that. Let's go look and see what we did earlier today. So on Twitch today, we were talking about this.
Wow.
That everyone is
so
kind of... Now see, Fernando's not eating. So we might have to watch where he's getting his food from and do something about that. Let's cancel what he's asking for. And let's see if that helps for a little bit. This morning, remember the last time we were here, we were working on these. And I might have to do something here with that part of the house. See, it started.
Back to work,
I don't want to hit
then.
anybody. That's terracotta right there, and that terracotta is going to go bad unless we actually enclose it. So we're going to enclose that part of the building with this, and we'll put that there because that is a house, and we'll let it go at that. Okay, let's come down. So we were, that was fast, wasn't it? Okay, so yeah, I see. So let's put this piece here. It's gonna go all the way. I think I like it. How's it look on this side? It looks the same. We'll do it that way. We could have it go just the one, but I think not. Yeah, we have to cover this part of the house here. And then see that right there? That should be this color. And then we can put this back on. Let's go over to this one here and change that top one. It doesn't show. We don't have to worry about it here. Okay, that's good. All right, so where was I? So we were looking at the farms. And these are our farms. We're going to start at the very far end of the farms and see how things are going. Notice now that we have sheep in the cow area. And we have an amount of sheep and amount of cows in this area. And I'm looking at the cows to make sure. I have a feeling that the cows are going over into the sheep areas so they can't be found. Let's come here and look. The sheep are all over here. so they can't be found. So we can play, let's get some wheat. And let's have some. I've got some in my hand. I can put some in my hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the cows back over into this area. Just for a little bit. Come on, guys. Come on. Come over here. I'm going to bring the cows all the way up to here. So it's going to take them a while. Hi, sheep. It's going to take the cows a little bit of time. Come on, you guys, to get back over. And let's get these cows right here to come over. I'm going to get everyone to come over to this side. You. Yes, you. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's like, no, I'm shy. No, I'm shy. Okay. So there we have the cows in this section for today. So that Lena,
good day to you.
I see you. I see you. And you need some food and some bottles, okay? And let's come here. And this is Rayon. No, this is Marcel. Hi, Marcel. Remember, Marcel's here now because we realized that Rayange could run the new farm close to Nova. So we have a new dairy farm that is close to the sugar farms. So these are the two sugar farms right here. You can see this is Nova's farm and this is Brentley's farm. And then back here, this is Dexter's farm right here. I'm going to cross over inside. And this is Miguel. Dexter and Miguel both have their cows in this field. But we needed another farm. And this is what Elena, our builder, is working on. She is working on upgrading this from a 2 to a 3. And so you can see it's turning into polished diorite. And this is where Rayange came so that he can be here. Oh, I see that. So she's working on this. So that's why these are here like this. But those have already been changed. So we're going to put them there so we can get up. All right, and hopefully, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so there's our cute little kids. We've got some stuff that was left up here. We'll take it down. And then one of these is working and one of them is not. And this one is the one that is not. That goes down to the water. And this one here goes down to the light. So we'll take this one down. And there is a rack. So we can put the things that we got. Hold on. That's not what we got. Let's take these. I have too many of those. And I only need one. And we can put it there. And we made the ladder. So we'll put that back. So let's come to here. Look what he's got. Excellent. Let's put these here and they can go back, and then this ladder piece can go back in here along with this wheat. And yeah, he's all set to do what he needs to do. It is, there we go. It is now 10 o'clock at night. It was 9, and the cows have gone to bed. They're still mooing though. The people who live in this apartment building, you can see they're all upstairs in bed. A lot of dissatisfaction about the food, but we can come down and do something about that in just a little bit. So here is So what we were doing down here was looking at this and seeing if she has gotten a little bit farther ahead. I don't see any indication yet that she has gotten farther. So we're going to go and look. And if this is becoming a sticking point, the fact that she needs the white concrete and lanterns, let's see if that's still what she's waiting for. She might not be. She has dirt. She needs a ton of white concrete, and that is what she's waiting for. And that's for only one field. So it is taking a long time for the concrete mixers. So we can say we have three concrete mixers. Is there any indication that we're getting more concrete than having one concrete mixer? I'm not sure there is, and this is a little concerning. Let's go around this way. I'm going to go back to the concrete mixers and we'll look at them, and then we'll go and see what we did this morning on Twitch. But the first hour, we usually end up spending looking at things and seeing what we can do about them. So here's the concrete mixer, and we can see the different colors. Well, she needs white concrete powder, which she can make, and then she takes the concrete powder and makes it into concrete, and that's all she does. Does she have any materials to do that with? She has gray concrete powder, so she is actually working on something, and that is good. So we're going to leave her for a second. If we wanted, well, that would be interesting. Let's try something. Let's come here and let's look for gravel. Nope. Let's look for sand. There's no extra of those here. Let's see what is here. Yes, we definitely want it that way. And let's look in. This is from all of them. So let's look here and see how much. It's saying there isn't any here. That would seem to suggest that the bows that are here are the bows that are here. And if that's the case, let's come up here and let's get them. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, that should be all of them. We'll look at this for a second and see if it is. That is all of them. And now let me look at them for a second. Unbreaking punch. Unbreaking punch. Power is okay. Flame is not. Flame is not. Power unbreaking and power unbreaking. So these can all go back in, or I can take them with me. Why don't I do that? We'll take them to the other warehouse and we'll make them whole again. We'll make them connect them to other ones, and that's how we do it. No, there's no sand here. We're going to go to the other warehouse and see. And when we go to the other warehouse, we'll actually be able to see. Hello. Hello, you guys. There's Lee. Lee's a submarine tech. But what they have a maneuver that they do where they spend time walking and going around the city, and what that does is makes them prepared for when they're exploring. And it's kind of an exploration like workout that they have, an exploration workout. And that's what they do. Let's come here for a second and let's look at these. Let's find these bows. That is an outline. We have an outline. Yes, we do. And here they all are. So let me put this here for a second. See the ones that don't need repairs? Those right there. All of those are fine. Do I want to give up anything? I do not. We have apples. We got a shipment of apples in specifically because we need to have our apple fields get upgraded. And so these two is what I needed. Okay, close that. And let's come here. Now we're not throwing these away. When I do this,
Okay, let's get
power,
started.
flame, curse of vanishing, mending power, unbreaking infinity, those can all be here. Punch cannot, power is fine. Let's bring these up for a second, and punches cannot be here. So these go here. We don't have any offensive weapons for the bows because we're just doing archery, so we're not doing things. So there's mending, unbreaking power, mending, unbreaking power, flame. That one has to go away. Unbreaking power, punch has to go away. And flame has to go away, and unbreaking, and power, and what's that? Infinity, and what's that one there? Curse of vanishing. Okay, let's exchange curse of vanishing with power and infinity, and let's come back down. Let's find, let's come to here for a second. Let's put this one here. Where's the others? There's a punch. Let's put it here. Infinity, power, mending, flame. Put that there. Unbreaking power, mending power, flame. Let's put this here. And let's see what we have. Mending, unbreaking, power. And now, let's come here. Curse of vanishing, punch, flame. And now we have mending, power, unbreaking. Okay, let's go to, no, we actually need to go this way. We're gonna go to Amanda. Amanda is one of the two blacksmiths, and we're going to go to her shop. And hello, you.
Is there a problem?
You want variety too? She's not eating it as well, so we'll have to watch out for that.
Right away.
Did she ask for something? No, she's not asking for anything. And this is Yale.
Oh,
Yale
right
took
away.
over for Logan, and this is where we're at for right now. With Yale being here because Logan wanted to be with Ryan. They're a couple. They're not an official couple, I don't think, Ryan and Logan. They've just been together for a long time. Do I have any bows in here? I do not. And so when Ryan was going to take over for Elena in the section that she is in, let's find another mending power. Here's a mending here. And now we have this. Let's see if I have another mending. And there's a mending and a power 3. And this is almost complete. This is a power 4. Let's use this little piece right here to make that brand new. Let's look here. These are powers. Unbreaking Infinity only needs a little bit more power to be full, and we'll put that there. Unbreaking, and power. Let's do unbreaking and power, and we have that. Unbreaking and power. We have that. And unbreaking and power. Unbreaking and power, and we have a new bow. Okay, power and unbreaking, power, and the last one. It should be enough, and it is. Okay, let's see what we have in here. We had 2 more, and we can't do anything with them. Let me see what I've got here. I've had 1 infinity, 1 mending, and 2 unbreaking, and a power and an infinity. You know, I'm just going to put these back together, and the next time we have some more bows, we'll do that one. So we're going to return these to the warehouse. Let me make sure that I have them all. I do. Let's go.
That's some nasty weather right there.
Yes, it is, Sloan. I agree. It is pouring down rain.
What can I do for you?
It was the monsoon season. You would indeed. You're going to get some deliveries, so you're good to go. And Yale is there. Nancy is changing a light bulb. That's what she's doing. And we're going to come down here. I didn't see that was. I think it was actually Arabella. Let's come in here. And if we don't want to put them away ourselves, we could just put them in the stash and let them put them away. And we could do that. Let's come over here to this stash in the logistics center and put them here, and they'll be taken back. Why are we taking time for the bows? Because they use the bows in the athletics center, and if the bows have deadly weapons on them and they accidentally hit themselves, I don't like the idea of that. Plus, we are a peaceful nation. We have no offensive weapons. Technically, we have no weapons, but an archer does have a bow, and so in that respect, we do have some. And there they are. So we have some others in here that need getting, but they're in a different
Definitely
section.
not going to work during this kind of weather.
Oh, you're not? Okay. You don't have to, actually. Actually, he does. What am I saying? No, he doesn't. If he's saying he's not going to work during this type of weather, that's fine. It is. They can have the times that it rains as their weekends. I actually like them doing that. Having the times that it rains as their weekends. I'm just looking, oh, there you are. I was about to say, I'm looking at potatoes. I don't see any bows. And so here we go. So let's look and see what we've got. What we can have. We have power, unbreaking power, flame. Infinity, unbreaking, curse of vanishing, and power. Let's take these and change places for a minute. And let's see what we've got for a second. And come back here. We have Unbreaking, Curse of Vanishing, Power, 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 Power. All these powers. Okay, let's go downstairs. Let's see if those other bows were picked up for a minute. They might have been picked up already. No, they haven't. Good. We'll take this one away, and then we can put the other ones in there. They can be picked up whenever. Let's go back. Yep, we're going to go back over to Amanda's. And we're going to finish, and then we'll come back and get sand and gravel. Enough for 3 concrete mixers, and see what happens when we do that. So Amanda is behind the
I hope it stops raining soon.
the tree arboretums. See those? There's the arboretums right there, and so we're going this way. Saw the courier, and here we are. So this is power and infinity. We could add an unbreaking to that, and that would actually be nice. Let's put that there. And a power. Look how little there is there. This is an infinity. Oh, it's not enough. Wow. We could do this teeny tiny one. Perfect. And that does that. Let's do power and mending. Ooh. Let's do some powers and some mending. And we're going to put these together. And there's another one of those. And we're almost there. So let's do the unbreaking. And there we go. And mending. So we've got those 2. And we have a 3rd. And now the archers are protected for right now. We're walking through one of our 3 masonries. Walking through there, walking down the hall, past the mahogany. These are the Zelkova. The Zelkova apartments here. And do we have any? And that's the mahogany right there. And yeah, I'm just going to put them in the stash again. Although I don't have to. I'm just going to pick these ones out of the stash. Let's take these ones here, put them back. And let's go ahead and put them here because I'm going to get some stuff. So right here, we can go to inventory and we can put these in. And let's look here. Wait, let's do that again. There we go. Let's go to here. Let's go to here. And we've got nothing. That is what we have. All right, sort. Now, let's go and look for gravel. 13,000. And there we are. I need 3 rows of gravel, so 3 9s. And 3 9s is, let me put this one away. And there we have it, 576. And let's take the second set of 9. And we'll put these away also. So let's come here and put these away. So I'm going to give each of the concrete mixers a full set of concrete mixture materials. So the next one is sand. So let's get sand. And we've got some. So let's touch that, and that might be sand. It is. We have our crusher actually working on sand specifically so that we will have it. And we might as well put both of these up so that we can bring down a set of gravel to put there. And there we go. Okay, so our first concrete mixer is right here. And let's see how much he has. Let's see what's going on. So look at this, he needs a pickup. So let's request pickup. And then let's come and we're going to put in that set, and then we're going to put in, wait, oh, we can't do it that way. Here we can. And we need 2 more, good. And then let's come here and do, okay, so that takes care of that one. And everything is good here. Let's go to the other concrete mixer. That was Juan, that should have been Juan. And this is Kendra back here, who took over for Raquel, who became a restaurant owner. Raquel didn't like doing this enough. She wanted to mix things. She just ended up not wanting to mix concrete. And so she doesn't anymore. She mixes food, and she is enjoying being a restaurant owner. And we'll put these things here for Kendra. Kendra seems to be okay with doing it. And then we'll go to Candace. Cadence. I'm going to see in a minute which one it is. If it's Cadence or is it Candace? Let's find out. Inquiring minds want to know. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, so this morning we were talking about the fact that I love this game. I actually do. I love it. I love it, and I love the way it works. I love what they intend, and I'm definitely having fun with the fact that Minecolonies has kept it very sandbox. And that's really cool that they did that. Now with Cadence, her name is Cadence. There we go. Cadence, we have a problem. She doesn't have a lot of room. So what I think I'm going to do is put it here. Put it here. The concrete. I should give her half though, right? We'll give her enough to fill a full line here. See, because that's all the room she has. So she doesn't have a lot of room for storage. So if we do this, it will be too much. There won't be any place for her to put what she needs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how we'll do it. And then we'll come over here and we'll put the rest away. I'm actually going to put it here and let them pick it up. It should go into this warehouse. And so we'll see if that actually works. All right. So that had to do with the fact that Hallie has been waiting for white concrete for a long time. You notice that Juan was actually making white concrete and had a couple of stacks of white concrete that could be delivered to Hallie if she was the only one who needed it? And that's a good question. Is she? Probably not, but she should be able to get it this time. So we'll see. And it turns out for now that Hallie is working on this whole farm by herself. We had Danny working on it for a while, but as you can see, we moved Danny to work on where we have, I'm still in my sleepers. I'm still in my pajamas. It's Saturday. Working on the courier and the new warehouse and the couriers for the new warehouse. After he's done with those two, we're going to find two more that we can put over in that area successfully. And right here, this is what she's working on, and she's got all three of these. And this morning we were looking at the fact that we are growing carrots, beets, and pumpkins, and we started growing mint here. I forgot about that. So we now have two places where we're growing mint. How far did, oh, this isn't done yet. Oh, excellent. Okay, so we'll take this off. She's not going to grow mint here. We'll find something else that can be grown. We have a tiny new field where we're going to be growing mint as soon as we have a farmer. So this is Zane and Elsa. Elsa. This is Elsa's farm. Zane is also a farmer, and when we get done, we'll look at this. Now, this time we put the farm inside, and hi Zane, go get something to eat. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and wait, where is he going to, hold on. Where is he going to get something to eat? Hold on. This area back here is pretty far away from everybody. Where is he going? Is he going to Corinne? He is. He's going to go to Corinne, who's right here. That's a long way, don't you think? That might be a long way. There's Hallie leaving. Quentin is sitting and waiting to have something to eat. And there is Corinne coming from upstairs. How many people does she have sitting up here? She has Isabel. Isabel is a chicken farmer. Quentin is a produce farmer. And Zane is a produce farmer. So the two produce farmers are sitting together and deciding what's going on for them for the day. And there they go. And she's serving them bread in the morning. She's serving them breakfast. Where are you going? Oh, that's Isabel. Okay. So Isabel is going to her farm, her chicken farm. So we can see the sheep who are trying to escape being found, being over here. The cows are over here. It just means that every once in a while we'll have to bring the cows back. So those are the farms we have in that area. Let's come down here. So Brentley is a sugar farmer. Bentley is a farmer right here. And then Nola is a farmer right here. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Other than food and the fact that you're not, and there we go. So see, he needs white concrete too. So all of them are waiting for white concrete. And that's why this is taking a while. And so now we saw Bentley and Nola, and this is Ariana. Now, Nola was helping Ariana and Bentley. But between Ariana and Bentley, there are 5 farms, and each farmer is going to have 3, so that would be 9. So there's 1 farm that isn't being worked on. Vincentius, can I ask you a favor and check and see if I'm actually up? I have one of those things from YouTube that says that the stream...
I just looked at you in the sidebar. Oh no, it says you're live.
I am? Okay, good.
You're live.
I have one of those things that says that something's wrong. So this is Daniela. And so the cabbage field, we didn't have anyone to work this field. So we traded this out. So I believe now that she's doing all the onions and Nola is doing cabbage, and that would be the 4 fields of hers. Hold on for a second. Let's come over here and check. And in his field, in Bentley's field, he's doing a garlic and 2 of the durum wheats. He's growing durum wheat and garlic. Let's come over here and see what Nola is doing for them. And right here, Nola is doing 2 garlics and the cabbage. So Nola's doing the cabbage in Daniela's field and doing 2 garlics. Hi, Nola.
Good to see you.
Are you getting fed? Kind of. Look at that. Athletics. Whoa. So yeah, she is, she's getting to those fields. So where do we put the other person that we need? And so if Nola is taking care of that and taking care of one of his fields, then we don't have enough people. So what we did this morning was, let's go out and look at it from above. We were trying to find some place in this area. And this area is tricky because it's very tight, like a city in here. There's our builders, which that means the farmers next door. You can see we've got all of these greenhouses in this area. And so where do we put it? So this morning we realized, hold on. Well, there's cave. What's going on here? Hold on for a second. Let me get a pickaxe for a second. Do you see what I see? I might have to show her where this is. Because it's what's going on here. Let's see what happens. I don't think she thinks that there's anything here. Yay, Elena! Hold on. And I don't know what we can give them. And right now, I'm not going to try. They would probably follow me for salmon, I'm sure. But let's see what happens if I can get her to come over here. Let's do this. Aha! I found a piece. Let's put that there and let's have her come in. Look, it's nice and pretty in here. Okay, so she can come down here. Let's put that in. And let's make just a little bit of ledge on this side and on this side. And we'll see if that helps her stay comfortable right there. All right. So we need a farmer who can work on a field here. And it was like, where are we going to put a farmer in this area? So one of the other problems that we have with this area is the submarine. So we have a submarine right here. And speaking of this submarine right here, we have a pickaxe on us now. Let's make this shelf go away. Right here. All the materials that we use come from this, come from us doing stuff like this. Now, in this submarine drops down into here. This is not made by me. This valley was actually here, and is one of the reasons why we put the exploration center there. Hi. Has it been 30? Whoa, it's been an hour. Whoa. I'm going to have some juice. And we put the submarine here because the submarine can move forward just a little bit, and then it can actually drop into this valley and change direction. And that's what we needed it to be able to do. So it can move forward to here, drop down into here, and then it can either go up here on the other side of this glacier, or it can turn here and go in this direction. And this is really interesting, these particular exploration submarines being able to maneuver. You see the height of it, being able to maneuver in this area. So see how tall it is. So it would be like a, you've seen submarines in like the Hunt for Red October, when they come up to the water, come up to the surface, and they're just like a boat, and they just go across. And sometimes the submarine has to do that in this area. This is one of the dormitories for the university, and then we start having this. We start having all of this area where we have greenhouses, because this is one of the farm areas. Over here is where we have the new maker area. This is the new warehouse right here. And right here, this is the mechanic. And the mechanic, off of the mechanic shop are 2 submarine bays, which means that the mechanic can actually work on the submarines from there. And we were supposed to be looking at this part right here. So our problem was to try and get a submarine, to try and get a farmer who could work on that single field that we needed someone to work on and not be wasted. So they would need to have 2 fields of their own, and that would mean bringing another field in. And we found a way to do it. Which was pretty surprising, but we actually did. And so we realized that between the composter building right here and between this farm, both of them are level 5, was this much space, this space right here. And so what we did was we decided, based on that we would extend a walkway out beyond the concrete beyond the composter. They're both CO. Beyond the composter to a place where we could put in a farm and a field, and if we need to, we can actually put housing, because of the fact that this field might be too far away from the other farmers. So on Twitch this morning, we put in this hallway. And while we were putting in this hallway, Jelly Bean, one of my friends in chat, noticed the bubbles that were coming from this magma field right here. And she noticed it at exactly the right time because I was about to place the farm right where this is. I was going to place an arcology farm right here. And she was like, but the bubbles are so soothing. Couldn't you do something where that went around the bubbles? And so I started looking and realized that there was enough space here to put the farm here and to leave this free so that the bubbles continue all the way up through the glaciers. And that is what we did. So let's go inside. I'm going under. That's not a good idea. Let's come up this way and go around. It is nighttime and everyone has gone to bed. And we're going to come down to here. And let's come up. So this morning when we were working on this in Twitch, Steffi still had her last year of school to do, and then she graduated, and Beatrix and Michael had been living here temporarily while Beatrix ran the restaurant because people were already stacked up here, dying of starvation, not going to another restaurant. And so we put Beatrice here. But Steffi graduated, and now this is Steffi's restaurant. Raquel's, Steffi's, Messiah's, Corinne's, Mauricio's, Michael's, Monroe's, and Khalil's, and Nina's. And believe it or not, Nina was the very first restaurant owner that we had. So we decided we were going to put in this corridor here, right between these two buildings. Now, if you looked at the build tool, you would see that the parts of this building and parts of this building would only leave about 1, 2, 3 spaces in between. But because both of these are a level 5, and because this is only 5 wide, there was no conflict now to putting this in. This is level 5 and this is level 5. And so we put in the hall. It's really fun to have it that people will be able to see this gorgeous, gorgeous composting field. Now the lore on this field, this is the lore of my stories as the mermaid ambassador, is that when we were at Seabridge, which was a special location where land people were introduced to the sea, and it was literally on the doorstep of the capital city of Tana. And so the Tana nation, the mermaid nation, was concerned about having a composter in the water. They've heard that land people are very dirty and very disrespectful of the water, and so they were concerned. And this actually calmed them. This design showed them that land people were just as concerned about the water, and that we intended to leave it beautiful, leave it fresh and clean, and not have anything bad in the water. And they were fine with that, and so that was good. When we decided to put it here, we realized that it was right next to this in a way that we could connect them, and so we did. we added another little hallway piece right here, and we spent all of the episode, you can go out to Twitch and you can see it, spent all of the episode figuring out how to connect these two buildings and make it look pretty, and this is what we got. So we have a new farm, and this farm right now is taking care of one of the wheat fields right here, right next to it. And then the new field over here so far is only big enough to grow mint. So we're going to grow mint here as soon as we have a farmer. And we have a speculative farmer. We're speculating that Patrick, Zio's kid, is going to be a farmer. He and Eli and Zio are raising Renata and Patrick has expressed an interest in farming. And so we're just waiting for him to grow up. And let's look and see right here for a minute. So they grow up pretty fast. Talon is at 23, Patrick's at 25, Renata's at 25, and Gray's at 25. So Talon's younger than the others, and so it's taking him some time. And then Steffi, of course, who's grown. Okay, and so we broke through the wall here, and this is the way this one turned out. We have it like this. Now the one at the other end that has it on the inside in this area, it's still going to be fine. We're not actually going to have the building. We're just going to have this on the inside, and that will work out nicely. And so we might need housing here, and if we do, this will be something that we'll look at when the time comes. What are we going to put here? I don't think we need an apartment building, and we'll see. Right now we don't have anyone to work on that. In this area, when Danny is done with the couriers, while he's waiting for me to set up some other couriers, Danny will be able to work on that field, because
You
Danny's
are so
right
wise, my
here.
friend.
And see how much concrete? So all three fields need white concrete in such a huge abundance that is going to, it's going to take us a while to get to the point where we can do what we would like to do there. So that's where we're at. That's what we did this morning, was to add that new field. Yay. And it was really important. Okay. The other thing that we need to do is to check on apples. Now, I think that we planted some apple trees, but I want to see if that's working. I want to see if the apple trees we planted are actually working. So we're going to come this way. We're going to go through this corridor, and then we're going to come around Monroe's little cafe in the town hall and come to here. We'll go down the hall here. No, let's go this way. We're going to go from here. Rome is not doing any work in the mine because he is on parental leave. He's actually on paternity leave. And so he is, when he comes back to work, that's where he will be working. And now we need to go this way. I'm going to go here and around to the arboretums. So we have 3 arboretums. we have this arboretum here. And this arboretum is the one that we are going to redesign. Cavern Style has a gorgeous design for growing cocoa and growing vines. And so we're actually going to use those fields in order to grow cocoa and vines in this area. This has worked fine. This is the OG. This is original. But we're going to use the one that's a little bit prettier. And it will mean for a while that Kiara, I think this is Kiara. Yes, Kiara might not have her fields for a while. We'll check and see. I forgot about this. I forgot that she had this section here that actually got connected to the outside by work that was done up above. And I totally forgot about that. What's this? Let me see what this is. And let's look. I see what's happening here. And I think the only way that we can actually fix that is to do this. So see this part right here? We would actually have to continue. Let's do this. Whoops, wrong one. To put this here all the way across this part right here. Now where this is right here, if we take that away, no one's going to notice because that's underneath the guard tower that's there. And this one here, let's take these. You have to take these down one so that we can put these pieces right there. All right, so that part is done. And then here, let's cover this area. And then no one's going to notice this right here. So we're going to put, oh wait, let me put one right there. Let me put one right there, like that. And then we'll put this back where it belongs. What are you doing here? I don't know that I need that. I know I probably need that, but we'll check on that in just a minute. And then let's put this on this part of the wall coming to right there. I'm not going to be able to have that. And there we go. Now, there is a water source in this area. And so let's get the source. Oh, I don't need it. Yay. Oh, I thought it was going to be needed, but it isn't. And this is supposed to be white on this wall. So we'll put that in. Let's get a sponge. So this part of the place is going to have a sprinkler system. That's what we're going to call it. Because I don't think there's any way I can get that to stop dripping. And we'll show you why. Because this is above it. Right here. Oh, but they can't see that. Ah, look at that. Not even here. They can kind of see it. See that right there? That's the area that we need to have be completely folded in. They actually can't see it. Excellent. So let's come to the ones that are dripping, and let's take this away and go 1. And here, no one's going to notice. 2. Right here, we can't do anything there. It's not dripping. This one is dripping. We don't need that 3, and we don't need this 4, and we don't need this 5, and continue. So we're just taking away the trim on the outside of this building that's dripping. 6, 7, you can see it right along. That's the parts that we were looking at, that we don't need them to be here like this. We need this to be here like this. But we have to at least have a block above it in order, I see you, in order for that part to be able to then be covered. Now cover it with this. So, hold on. I need to do, oops. Let's see if I can touch that. There we go. Nope. In the center. Put this here, and all of that to there. Now, we have a problem here, Houston. This is missing. So let's put that back on. And then let's take this one right here and put that there. So see, we have gate stuff on both sides. And what was there? We'll find out in a minute. Judging by the color, it was probably the green. I don't think I need you guys. And let's get the B. Bless you. And let's put this here. I don't see any of the red. So let's plant one there and there. Let's plant those in all 3 places, and I think that'll be good. And the latter pieces are just going to go to there. We don't really need these. It's really okay if it grows all the way up for us. So we're going to put this here. Can we bone it to make it grow up? What's that? Bone broth. Farmer's Delight. Whoa. Farmer's Delight has bone broth. Can we do that? No. But we can do this. No. Are these not in the right? Oh, how interesting. So you can't do it with that, and you can't add more to them. I'm fascinated by that. Okay, so they're just there. But now this isn't leaking. See over here what happened with this side? That's the sort of some of what was going on there. And that's why we're doing this. We can cover this part up and take these away from here. Now, they will grow up, but I'm okay with them growing all the way up. No, they can grow all the way up as much as they want. And what do they look like when they grow up? Let's take you away right here. And they're going to grow up like this. And put that there. And put that there. I'll let that one grow on its own. And those have to grow this way. I can add to that. And that takes care of those. Okay. Everyone is tucked into bed. And we've done it again. Nope, I did that. So let's put this here. Let's put this back. Let's put this back. This was for the bear. And now this is the area that we would like to have redone. And so the hut block for this is right here. There's the hut block right here. Let's get the build tool for a minute, and let's bring it down, and let's look and see what we're looking at. We're looking at cavern style. Cavern. There's one. And let's go back one, and there it is. And then let's go to fields. And what we want is a corner cocoa field. So we can have corners. So we could do 3 corners of cocoa and a corner of vines. And this is what a corner looks like. So let's bring it in and turn it around this way. And I do believe that's correct. I'm going to look in a minute. Bring it this way. Yeah, see, I'm looking for that stone piece right there. So the stone piece there would then go right into this spot. This is actually the best place for it right there. So that would be 1. That's 1. Let me raise it up and make sure. Yep, that's what I was thinking. That there's water there. Oh, that might be a problem. Let's move this way and this way. So it is off of that white piece and it fits like that. So if we had one there, and this is how big? Let's count it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they'll fit together. And this is the way. Will this fit together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, so this is what we want to put here. Now we already have a hut block here, so I'm going to turn this. Wait, where is it? There it is. Turn this way and move this down to this side and put it in this corner. So see the corner. Let's put that corner up to there and this to here and put it down in the ground. And this is another field right here. Right here, and where's the hut block? Right there. Okay, see that hut block there? Okay, and let's come here, assign a builder, and we're going to assign Lionel to work on this when he's done with the graveyard. So build the building. We're assigning Lionel and not River because River has to work on the train and the submarine cars that we're going to have for the cruise, for the submarine cruise line, and she's going to work on those. Whereas when he is done, he's actually, did I finish? I think I did finish, yes. Whereas he is working on the graveyard, and I believe he's at level 4. Let's look. So the nice thing about that is that no one has to stop doing anything. Everyone can, we can wait for that. That's an extra cocoa field. So we don't have to worry about that. This is a level 4. So when he's done, this will be a level 5, and he'll be done. And so we'll then be able to have him move on to something else. When she's done with what she's working on, which I believe she's only working on the level 4 right now. She still has a good way to go. And I'm not going to take this project away from her. I kind of have to watch my own self, that I have some areas of my own where I am trying to protect the female, or to that she can't handle it, or something like that. And I'm sure as a builder she must get so sick of that. And so this is her project, and she's going to continue. Now granted, I could make the excuse that she was only helping Lionel until he got done with what he was doing, because he had started this and she was just helping. But now he's doing other stuff. He got this huge project to work with archaeologists and to work with mermaids, and to restore this pyramid. Behind this building here is a pyramid restoration that is going on, and he wanted to do this. He wanted to do this more than he wanted to do the hotel, and so he got it. She was not as interested at the time, and now she has this one. So no takesies backsies. That is the work that they have, and he's fine with it. He's fine with it. Let me see what you need. Let me see what you have. And you're asking for copper pieces. We should have copper. He still needs a lot of prismarine. We have prismarine, and we can check and see how much, but we do have prismarine. We can make lightning rods, and there's that gray concrete that everyone's waiting for. So we have that. This is a concrete mixer. Spencer, we have... No.
What is it?
No, this is the stonemason, and we have 3 of these. What do you want? I will work on it. He's not starving. And let's look here and see what we see. Let's see if there's something that he wants to learn. Oxidized cut copper. We'll teach it to him just in case. But yep, there it is again. Where does it belong to them, or does it belong to the mechanic? And if we came here and looked at oxidized cut copper, OX, OX, oxidized, EIDIZED, cut copper. And if we look at who works with it, we're getting the stonemason. We're actually getting a stonemason, not a mechanic for all of this. So yeah, he is supposed to know how to do it. So now he does. And he knows how to do some of the copper work. No, he doesn't have enough. So let's come to here and let's have him know how to do this. And this. And this. And what's this here? Who does this? He does that. And that. And that. So there's those 2. And out of all of that, he should be able to get the things that he needs. And we'll continue from there. Let's go back. Let's find River and see what River needs. Scarlet.
What can I do for you?
What is it that you want? You're well fed. What do you mean? What are you trying to do? She's well fed. All right. Let's see who's here. Who's complaining? Mauricio, what are you complaining about? What are you down to? Do you have any pizza? You have a lot of ravioli that nobody's eating, huh? Yes, you do. Where's your pizzas? You're supposed to have pizza. Why don't you have any? Let's come here. Let's look here. You're supposed to have both pizzas. You're supposed to have bread. And you don't have any of those. Let's do two things. Let me see what you have on you for a minute. And what's that? You have cheesecake. Okay. That's fine. Let me do two things here. Let's, good. There's no minimum stock. Let's look at this. He has 3 of, I'm going to check and see how many of these are here. And let's take the bowl away. And here's 3 more, 4. I want to see how many there are altogether. He only needs 1, 2, 3. And he only needs, let's put this down, 1, 2, and put this down, 3. Okay, he has 3 of these. He has 1, 2, 3 squash soups, veggie soup. What is that? That's squash, and that's squash. And what's this? This is veggie, veggie, veggie. Squash, squash, squash. Okay, I accept that. And then you've got these. What is this? Spicy eggplant, doma, and 1, 2, 3 of those. Let's come over here. There's the other 2 of those. He's got a lot of these. I'm going to take these 2 away. This is actually 1 serving here. Squash soup, nope. Veggie soup, nope. Veggie soup, nope. And the fish dinners, let's put that there. All right, now there's room for pizza. Let's see if he gets it. Where are we taking this? Where are we putting this? I guess we'll take it and put it in one of the stashes. And we have stash on the other side of, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well put it in the, I might as well put it in here because I'm already here. So we'll just put it in here. Here we go. And we're putting it back in the warehouse for it to go to someone else or wherever it needs to go, or back to him when he needs it. And let's go here and sort it out, and we're done. So we're still looking at some, what are we at? Ooh, time to drink something. Let's drink juice. It's a mixed fruit juice, and it's a mixture of apple, orange, raspberry, strawberry, mango, and acerola, the rose fruit, the fruit of roses. And it's good. Yummy. All right. Boink. We could actually start decorating. We could. Let's go to an area. Let's think about all the different housing places that we have and see what we want to do. And I'm going to do it after I look at this for a moment. Let's come to here. Let's come to statistics. We have 134 people. And let's see. I don't think Lionel now has the graveyard and the corner cocoa. And Hallie has fields. And Danny is working on these. Ryan's not working on anything. And neither is Case. Ryan's not working on anything. Let's go back and get what Ryan's working on. But while we're here, right now, Case is right over here. And he was supposed to be working on domes, and he did work on a dome. How much time do we have? We're not into the last hour yet. He was supposed to be working on a dome. Let me see if this dome is done. I know, it doesn't look like it. And he was working on this dome. And we'll come here and look. And this dome might be done. It is. Look at that. The optional sign is missing, which means the dome is done. It's just covered. So we're going to get him to work. Oh no. Oh no. Ezekiel's stuck. We're going to have to, I think I can get out and get him sorted out. Let's go upstairs here. If he doesn't sort himself out, then I will sort him and we'll get out of the game and get back in. Let's come over to here. And this is where we want to put the dome in. We cannot use this. I do not think this is finished yet. Where we can. I think that I need to set the dome on here. I don't think it's going to be in the right place. I don't trust it yet. And there's no indication that anything's been done to correct that. So I am going out. And we'll set the dome ourselves. So you can see these two right here. See, you can see the false ceiling on these. And so when we remove the false ceiling, we'll probably have to do something about the drippy drippies, and we can when we get to it. But right now, I don't want to do that right this second. We're going to have him work on this dome. So he can either work on this one or this one. And let's have him work on this one first. I see that one there. Should I have him work on that one? It's the oaks. It's the oaks. How far away is he? He's right over here. This should be him right in that area, I think. Mr. Villager. Hi, Mr. Villager. Oi, how are you? Me? To the bem, actually. To the bem. All right, let's do it. So we need Aquatica. I'm good. How are you? And let's select. And let's look at decorations, recreation, pack. And let's look at the large dome, level 3. and let's X. We didn't get it. Large dome, level 3, X. Let's do that again. Decoration, recreation, large dome. There we go, level 3. Doing good, just a little tired. You need to rest. It's the weekend. Give yourself a chance to rest. Rest is important. So we're looking at the dome and we're looking at the building. So see the building blue. I need this to come this way and then that way. And now it is sitting directly over top of the building the way it should be. Let's go down to the submarine bay here and go up into the building. Right here. We're going to go upstairs. He's going to work on this one first, the warehouse one. And now we should see, I don't see it. Where's the red? Are we in the wrong building? Did we put it on the other building? We should be putting it on this building. Okay, let's, oh. Wait, something's wrong. How come we can see that there and not on this side? Let's bring it down and let's see what happens if we bring this down. Let's see where it is. Ready? 1, 2, there it goes. 4, and there it is. There's the matching right there. So now that is fitting over top the way it's supposed to fit. And all of this is where it is supposed to be. So level 3, let's come to here and assign a builder, and we're going to assign case. What is going on? I am putting case to work on a dome. Build the building, because Case has become dome builder. He's going to require a ton of glass and some white concrete to get some domes done, and that's what he's going to be working on. You want to see what we did on Twitch this morning? If you want to, you're going to have to say yes, Mr. Villager, because you're coming in later and I already showed it. So if you want, I will show it again, but you're going to have to say, I want to see it, or yes, so that I know that you didn't go off to do something else. And which is fine. I'm fine with you going off. I just want to see. Never was good at domes or common circles. Yeah, but let's come down here. We put in a new farm and I want to show you it. We had fun putting in this farm this morning, and so we now have Daniela is here and she has 5 fields. So Nola is helping her with 2 of those fields, and then Nola around the corner here is helping her with 2 of those fields, and then Nola has 1 field left that she can help with, so she's helping Bentley with 1 of his 5 fields, which means there are 4 fields left, and Bentley is going to do 3 fields, which means we need another farmer, and that's what we did. And so right here is a new farmer. We actually added a new hallway right next to the composter and the farm right here, and this hallway now connects this area of farms to the rest of the farm corridor right here. and it comes past the composter garden, and this is where the farm is set up. And this little magma field Jelly Bean wanted us to protect, and so that they would be able to see these bubbles from this area, and they can. And so there it is, and that is a glacier behind. And then we still needed 2 more fields for this farmer so that they wouldn't just be working one field, and it worked out perfectly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 greenhouses and 4 farmers. 2 farmers don't have fields, and 2 farmers do, and that works out to the correct number of fields. So when Danny is done, who's going to build this? Didn't I start Danny working on something? Maybe I shouldn't have started him working on that. What's he working on? Let's see who's working on this. Nobody. Danny should actually work on this, but he is working on something else. So I need to find someone to work on that. But this whole area here is new. This is an Arcology level 5 building. And if you know what these buildings look like, you know it did not look like this. So the only thing of the Arcology that's still there is this corner piece, is the ceiling, the centerpiece of the ceiling, and the floor. We usually keep the Arcology floors, if we can, just as an homage to Blocky Universe, who made Arcology, and I think that's true. And there goes Case. He's starting on the dome. Let's look and see if I have the name right. Arcology, CO, and it is. It's Blocky Universe, and to their credit, we keep the beige floors, and in this area, those floors are actually resting on glaciers, so they're pretty cold. So having this magma warm air right here is actually kind of neat. And there goes Case. He put up a sign. The level 1 of building a large dome is putting up a sign. And so he just put up a sign. This is Greta across the way here. And then this farm belongs. Now you see how we have these windows, but this is a storage area right here. So we can't have a window for the storage area. We'll give him some space to be messy, even though he's being nice and neat in here. And we'll have this. I like this. These are meant to be the stems on these, and I think that's cool. And that is Mixessa and Matlom's design for the level 5 underwater base farm. And this area where they can house, or they can store extra wheat outside, put it outside after it's been covered with the special protective slime, and or I should say covering, that's made out of jelly bean. No, jellyfish. No, it's not made out of jelly bean. It's good for hothouses nearby. The magma sources are perfect. Yeah. So this allows for this area not to be quite as cold as it would be, considering that the glacier is right there. And also, of course, this composting field is hot as well. And so both of those are really good in this area. Now, if we need a house for this farmer, we are probably going to put it here. The farmer could live in this dormitory, except that it's full. It's completely full. Marcel is the last person to move in here. And all of these, Lena, Nola, Everly, don't have a house because they're living here. And they like it. But we could do some couples housing in this area for some additional housing for people. So for instance, right here we have Greta and who's here? Greta and somebody. Hold on. Bentley and Greta are here. And I was thinking of Brentley and it was getting me mixed up. But build more of them nearby. I think rather than have another dormitory, I think what we're going to do is actually build little houses like these. Hold on, like this little house right here. We want to build more of these nearby, but I need them to be accessible for the people who are here. So what we could do is we could move Greta and Bentley to a house down here, and they would still be close enough to where they work. But this is going to be interesting, this hallway. And so we're going to look at it. Do we need an airlock? Do we need an airlock here? I'm going to say no. For the time being, I'm just going to go ahead and use the airlock in the new makers area and see what it's like. So we're going to use the airlock around the corner here where that red is. Let's go out, let's go down, and let's look. And here we are. So these are the submarine platform here for the warehouse and the makers in this area. 2 submarines can be there. And then here is what we just put in. And so this glacier right here is where we're talking about. We could actually have an apartment building. Look at this. We could actually have an apartment building. I want to look at something for a minute. Let me look at some houses that we haven't done yet. We have a couple of houses that we like that we haven't built here yet. One of them is the longhouse that belongs to cavern style. And let me think about it for a second. It's practically as long as one of the apartment buildings, but let's switch to cavern for a minute. And let's select the longhouse. Fundamentals, alternative. And there we are. And the residence, level 5. And let's come back and let's X and touch down again. Fundamentals, alternative. And there is the residence, level 5, and this is it. So see, it's really long. This is one of the fun ones. Bush. This is a fun one. It has this kitchen area, this large kitchen, and then over here it has the living room area here, and then the 2 bedrooms, the master here and the children's room right here. And Lady Shatana has done some fun things with the kitchen to make it look like a kitchen, and it's nice. It's actually really nice. So we could do that. We do not have an underwater base house yet. We have the dorm, but we don't have the actual house. And the actual house itself, let's go to fundamentals for underwater base, residence, the citizen house. And let's do the level 5, and it looks like this. And it has the single entrance and comes up, and the bedrooms are here, or I should say the bedroom is here. This is definitely a couple's house. There is guest bedrooms in their bedroom. So in their bedroom, if they had kids, they could have them be there, and that is fine. It's actually a sweet little house. It has its own little aquarium right here, and it works, so we can also do that. So we could have one of these on one side and one of let's go to where it would be. I need to find that little, there it is right there. So see right there, we're talking about placing it in this area right here. So this isn't where the submarine comes, because see that, all of that, this is all housing, I mean this is all farming, and then this is where the submarines are, and there's the border right there. So we could do another apartment building, but I'm restless of that. I think I'd like to do some family homes right off of a corridor right here. And on one side of the corridor, we could have the cavern style home. And on the other side of the corridor, we can have the underwater base home. We've already made the Aquatica homes, and I don't think there's any more than the ones that we've made. Let's switch. Aquatica, and let's go back one. Let's go back one, there it is. Okay, and let's look at fundamentals, let's look at residence. And so we have the apartments, the hotel, residence, and what's that? What is this? Level 5, residence. This TH residence level 5. What's this? Is this part of the hotel? What is this? Isn't this interesting? It's a house, because there's a house marker. 1, 2. I guess it's made to go in a dome. 1, 2, and there's 3, 4, 5. That looks like an awful lot of places to sleep. That's a full 4, 5, but all it is a bedroom section. I don't remember where this belongs. TH. I don't know. This is Residence B, level 5, which is the one that I think we're using here. Oh no, this is different. Yeah, this is the one with the apartments downstairs and the living room upstairs. So it makes it like you could have, so they have a couple things that they, both Aquatica and Underwater Base have it so you can have things stacked on top of each other. And this one is meant to be that you enter from here, but the bedrooms are downstairs. The ones that we're using, you enter from down and everything's up. The bedrooms are upstairs. This dining room is really nice on this piece here. It really is. I don't even know. I think those are just poles there. But that works really, really nicely. But we don't need this. We really more or less need couples housing. Hold on. I'm looking at this. Oh, that is what's left of the glacier. So there was a glacier here, and this is what's left of it. The rest of it is melted. This waterfall is being caused by this structure, and this structure is actually above the water where we are. And we'll see. Yeah, I know. It is comfortable. It definitely is. It's an interesting looking house. What's interesting is that we have this. We have this right here. But unfortunately, we can't put the house to anywhere that would take advantage of the fact that there's a ravine there. Because there is a ravine there. You see that bear living there, and there's another one, 2, 3 in this area. I might have to do something for them. I think they're landing there. You know how animals land? And I think they're landing there, and we might have to rescue them from this glacier. I don't know. I'm going to say no to this one. And then the others we have already done. This is interesting to me, but it has no walls. So it either belongs, it's long. I don't know what it belongs to. See that? Oh, maybe this is a different version of the hotel or something, don't you think? A different version of the hotel? Let's do residence level 5. That might be. So instead of having that huge hotel entrance, if you didn't want that, you could put this in and have it be like this, maybe? I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I'd have to look at Lady Shatana. Lady Shatana on YouTube actually did Aquatica for Mubian, did a showcase. And so she must have made one of these. We could actually maybe look at it and find out what in the world that is. But I'm not interested enough. This apartment building level 5 is the one this is the apartment building that we're using for all of our people. We have 9 of these. And I wanted to do something else. And this is the hotel, and then this is one of the residences, level 5, And I think this is the one that we're using for the children's homes. Yes, it is. Because I remember now taking that away. And having this area. Winky. Yes. And so that's one residence. And then, which is nice that there's a bunch of residences here. And then this is level B. Level 5. So that's another one of these. And I think we have, no, that's the one where they're underneath. Right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do, I have decided. I'm going to switch to underwater base. Let's get some. Actually, we actually have to set the houses first. Otherwise, we are not going to put the openings in the right place. So let's go in. I have an idea of how we're going to do this. And we're going to add those two big homes at that end, which is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And if we do it right, we would still have room to do something else if we needed to. Here's our new hallway right here. And we're going to take this gray and we're going to pickaxe our way through this. We need a pickaxe and a sponge. And let's begin. So we're just going to go through until we reach the other side. Wow, that was fast. Okay, and then let's put this in. Let's just put gray right here. And we're just going to bring, there we go, the gray out to here to know that this is the walkway. So we need to get beyond this and to be here. And so on this side, now this would be an interesting thing. With that one house, what if I changed it? That would be curious. It might mess everyone up. Let me think about that and see if it would mess everyone up. Let's come here. Let's touch down. Let's go to cavern. Now, if we put this in, we have to put it in because there's no way they can make it. Fundamentals alternative. Residence. Level 5. Let's X. Fundamentals alternative. Residence. Level 5. Okay, so here's the house. It's huge. So if we put it here, and it's huge, and it's really interesting when you think about arcology, even when you think about the apartment building. I mean, it's as long as the apartment building, this house is. It's this long. But it's really an interesting house, and I've always liked it. And if we put it here, we'd have to get it out of there. So let me see what it would look like if it was here. I'd need to put it so that it is not close enough. I need to put it just in case we do something. I would need it to be right here like this. So look how far out this is, but this is actually okay. But what I'd really like is for it to be here, maybe like this. So let's look at this for a second. This is the right side too. That's the doors right there. So that it's using this space in between these guys right here. There's no, I don't think it'll fit between those two. I wish it would. Hold on, let me look. I mean, if you were in a city, you've seen this. If you live in cities, you've seen stuff like this done all the time, where things are moved into spaces because there's no more room and they need to put things in different places. So that won't fit in between these two. But something else might fit there, like a restaurant or something. Let's turn this way. And this is one of the things that we end up doing a lot of, is trying to figure out where to put things in relationship to where they are. So if we put this here, I'm looking at this space here and thinking, what can I put here? I'm not sure there's anything that's going to fit here comfortably. But I'd like to hold on to that space just in case. Just in cases. And if we brought this up to no. Wait, bring that off of there. And now bring this over this way. So 1, 2, I would need this to come out so I can see a 5 right there. This is too far back. I need a hall to be here between this and this area in case I want to put something in this part right here. We could still put something here. Zaf, hello. Hi. See, if we had a hallway here, I think we can still put the other house on the other side of this. So let me mark this. How are you? Uh-oh. What's wrong? What's going on? What's happening? Hold on. Let me come here and get some white from here. What's the matter? What's the matter? Are you upset that I'm still here? Let's see how far away this is. There we go. So this would be, if we had a house, it would come out to here. We're just looking at this. And if we had this, this would come over like this here. What's wrong, Zaf? It's Saturday. Why are you unhappy? And we'll put that right there. So anything that we did in this area right here would be a part of this house being here. And that would be 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be there, and this would be here. All right. So let me put this part of the house. Let's make a marker right there. See, we can see that. So a marker right here for the front here. That's not up high enough. That needs to be up 1. So we'll come here. What's happening? Did you finish the book, by the way? Did you finish reading the book? Let's put this here, right on that line, right there, which is on this line right here. There's nothing here, which is why I can't attach it, even though I keep trying to do that. So that's this house to be here. Look at the space here. Can we fit the other house in between these two? And that's what I want to see right now. So let's make this house go away. And let's put this here and see if I like the way this is going to be. So we have this right here as a part of the road. And this means that the gray is here. Yeah, the gray is here and the white is here. And the glass is on the outside of that. So we're just trying to see where this would be. And now, how fast to read it? Ah! I guess not. That is true. That would be really fast, wouldn't it? That would be. That would indeed. And so now let's take this. He's only had it a couple of days. You've had it less than a week, right? I think so. Let's switch to underwater base. Underwater base. And let's go to housing fundamentals, residence, and the residence that we haven't made, the level 5. And let's look here and see if we can fit this house into this area. Let's see which way it would have to. There it is. We're looking for that right there. So let's push this way. And then let's see how close we can bring this back in this part right here. Let's put this. It can come all the way to here like this. And all the way, and it doesn't even have to do that. So we can have the house be right here. Actually one back, because there's glass right there. On this, this would be the house on this side, but on this side, we would need glass because that's sitting back. And so we can have glass right here. We could actually have a second one of these if we wanted to, right in this area here. Who's here? All the farmers are here. So we could put a little area here and have a bunch of the farmers be housed in these two. We're saying a bunch, that's only 2 farm families. Be housed in these 2 big houses. So let's bring this house down to the level 1, because I'm not building these. These are for the builders to do now. I don't need to build more housing at this particular point. This is luxury that we'll be able to have the farmers have closer housing to where they work. And so I'm not worried about that. So we'll go back to the level 1 right here. And it is, let me make sure. Let me look back here. Let me make sure it's not interfering in any kind of way with, nope. See, so all of this is not affected. None of this is affected. We still have room here if we wanted to. to do something in this area. This would be really wild. There's a restaurant here, but I think they would need their own. I think we'd put in something different in this area. Ready? This is constructed. And let's X. So there is the house the way it looks in the very beginning. And if this looks familiar, you are correct. This is the pretty little thing that I just love. But now we're going to make it into the full big house. And for the first time here. Now across the way, we're going to have another house right here. And let's go to cavern. Now this is something we can't do the same way as we did that one. They will not be able to build this underwater. I'm not even going to ask. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't want to, I don't care. You know, I just don't. I don't want anyone saying, well, why would you want to do that? I don't care. None of that matters. We're just going to go ahead and build it. And then there, we can see it running along this edge. We're not going to have glass on this side of the corridor here. So when we put this in, the corridor is going to, the corridor wall is going to have to be adjusted for this. And we might not have glass in this area where this is because of that. Because we've got these two houses right here. We don't need glass in this section, and we'll just do a regular corridor piece right here and see that. So this is what we're talking about putting in here. This is a level 5 right here like this. And let me come over here to where this is for a second and just make sure that I have it on the right part of the white there, and I do, and that's fine. So if I moved it back one, then we'd have two walls here, and I'm not interested in having two walls right in this part here. This wall is going to be the wall for the corridor in this section right here. And at this point, where this section is what we're going to work on right now because of all the stuff that needs to be done in relationship to this being here like this. This is level 5. This is it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the 5 there. I'm good with that. And so here we go. Now this we have to build. Constructed. So this building is here. Now here's an interesting thing. Look at this right here. Dun, 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 dun. We almost got it to match up right there. That we're going to have, we need to have a cross right there for the two of those. And they're not quite in the right place to do that. There's one of those things. I could have made it so, but I was more important for me for the building to be here. Having the hallway open up there is just going to be fine. Now let's begin to do the hallway pieces that are needed. So right here is the cross piece. So let's go to a underwater base. And here we go. Now, this can't be glass. This is what the glass segment would look like here. Let's get This is a glass segment. Do I need glass segment to come? I need glass segment to come to here because there's nothing joining these two yet. Let's join this for a moment. So let's bring that glass segment up. It's facing the wrong way. The hut block pieces are on this side. Wait, that's incorrect. They're on, I think that's right. That is not. That's what I thought. All right, now it's on the right side. And now we're letting the water bring us back. Let's bring this all the way up until we find the match right here. So we need this part here. No, this part here to come. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, this part here to come up to here. So let's click this again. Let's come to here. We were just floating because we were in the water, and there it is. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that piece right there at that end, right there, constructed. And let's X. And so now we have this area where we have ice on the inside. And take the ice out so that we can see what we're doing. And we have ice. This goes through the glacier and comes to here. So all of this is the new section of this road. And I think we can go ahead and have it be glass up to this corridor piece. And we've got 1, 2, 3. I think this is 2 of these to get to the corridor right there. And so why don't we just go ahead and continue for a moment. I'm going to not be on the ground, because when I'm on the ground, we start floating. So here we come here, corridor, glass, segment, level 3, turn, and it should be on the right side, but I think this time, yes it is. Okay, good. It's on the right side, and let's rise up and match them. So those match, and that is there. Let me just do that just to make sure. And we do have that in the right place and construct it. And X that, and sure enough, this is 2 of these. Now the house is here, and the corridor is right there. But we knew that when we put the house there. So if it breaks through the corridor, it'll only be temporarily, and then we'll repair it, because I want the house to be that in that location. All right, so one more, and then we'll do the cross. And I am going to have something to drink for a moment. Zap? You didn't say how you were. Pussy say, how are you? I'm drinking juice. And it's delicious. Let me do something here. Let me put, I'm not looking at the people right now, so I'm going to put that down. And just come to here. Okay, so then let's come back to where we were. Here we are. And we need one more piece of this. So let's come to here. Let's come up. Let's do underwater base infrastructure. corridors, class segment, level 3, and turn it this way. And now it's in the right place. You have a little bit of a headache. You've been having a lot of headaches here lately. Is that, it seems to me that you've had a little more headaches in the last couple of days than usual. My day is okay. My day's okay. We are at the stage, Vincentius Primus and I, where we are taking care of family, family that is that needs care. So we're not doing the children thing, we're doing the other end. We're doing the parent thing. And so we are beginning to look at all the considerations for ourselves in regards to the fact that we really need to and want to enjoy the last part of family. The last part of family that is here. Vincentius Primus's mom is the last living a parent of the two of us. And so that's one of those things. You have thoughts, yes? Yeah. And it makes it worse? Ah, yeah. And we have that too. We have things that we have to work on like that. We're going to do this. Notice this lit up. This is the way this house is going to look when it's done. It doesn't look like this yet. And notice it's right on the line of this. It's not crossing over it. And so this is where, oh, actually it is. Let's go in for a second. Can I go in? I can't go in that way. Oh, I can't see what's in that corner. Isn't this the corner where it's not going to matter because this is being built first. So that corner there is going to be built, however, because even if it breaks in, this part of the hallway might actually disappear. And that'll be fine. I'm actually fine with that. I could have brought this a little one more over. I wasn't thinking about that spot right there. I still like it like this. I know it's going to do that. I don't want to jog the hallway. So we're going to do this. And everything is in place and that is facing the right way. Constructed. And there we are. So now we're at the point where we're going to put in the cross. Because I think that's not enough. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's 1. 1 off. So we're going to put in this cross right here. And we need to put this cross in now before I do anything with this apartment, this house that's sitting here, because it's going to break into this wall. And so since it's going to do that, we might as well get this part done first, and that's what we're going to look at. And you know what? We should really make it go past the house all the way to there, to where the house ends, so that we never have to worry about that hallway. in that part. And so we'll just go ahead and do that. So right here, underwater base, infrastructure, corridors, concrete. This time we're going to do a concrete cross, level 3. And this is what a concrete cross looks like. Let's see here. And there it is. That's smack dab. Well, wait a minute. No, that is not smack dab. That is where that one is, but we need this one to be here and that one to be here. So this is matched. That part's matched now. So this is a concrete corner, which we need for this building. And so we're going to do the concrete one for this hallway. And let me look here. It should work out perfectly. Yes, it does. Okay, good. And then let us, it's constructed. And there we are, and let's X. So now this corner is a corner of the house right there. This is how many? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're going to overlap. Nah, I'm just gonna build it. Sometimes it's easier to just go ahead and do this than it is to put in another piece in that part there. And so we have this. I don't need anything there. Hi. What you doing? Vincentius Primus, everybody. And let's bring this up to match this. So we need this to come forward right to here. And then the glass underneath to match up. Let's put this piece here on both sides, and then we'll match the other. So it was fun. It's one of these things that's really difficult to do, to continue to nourish yourself, to feed, to make sure that you are getting enough care. It's hard to do that when... Was there something at the door? No? Okay. Laundry. Ah, laundry. Okay. And it's hard to do that sometimes when things are really bad around you and you still need to do things in order for you to be able to deal with the things that around you that make you especially if there are things that you can't change. Like we can't change the fact that our parents, our last parent is our last parent, period. We can't change that. Our other parents are gone. And that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. I'm going to do concrete to leather, infrastructure, corridors, concrete. And we're going to do a straight segment, level 3. And there is the hut block. Let's move it this way. And that's the top. and we need it to be right here. So see how it's making a wall on that side of the building? That's the wall that we need. If we want, we can pull this wall out and have it be glass, but it's much easier to pull the wall out than it is to put the wall in. So we're going to have that piece be there, and we'll come to here, and it is not overlapping, nope, and then we'll put this here and X, and now we have one more section that goes beyond this building, and that's the piece that we need. Look, see that right there? See, we can see inside the apartment right there, and look at the rugs are off of the floor because we did this, and it moved the rugs in there. I might have moved the rugs when I opened this door. We still have to go in that direction, but we're going this way first, and right here we can actually see this part right here. So all we have to do here, right at this part right here on this side, is just do this. And so one side is complete and the other side is like this. And that works for us in this area. Let's do one more of those. Right here, right now, we're not putting anything here. We'll see later, but we're not putting anything here right now, so we're going to put that in and put glass here to close this part up until we want to put something there. And let's come in here. Let's come to here. We don't need you anymore. We don't need you. And look at this beautiful. Look at what they can see. Look at that. They're going to be able to see the submarines come in with the deliveries are going to land right there. And unlike in the air, it's not going to be all that noise and stuff the way it is on land. It's actually going to be quite pretty for them to see that. And let's come to here. This is the last piece of this. And infrastructure corridor, concrete segment, level 3, and let's move it out. Let's move it this way and back, and let's see if it's on the right. Yes, it is. There it is. I'm just trying to line up. I didn't know. No. 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 Mira, are you out of your mind? That does it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Are you out of your mind? Did you see that? She's trying to get to this house. Oh my gosh, woman. You can't do that. You can't. All right, so I have to hurry and get these hallways done. Oh my gosh, it's a good thing I saw her. Uh-oh. Oh, there she is. Okay. She's just going to go to there. All right. I don't want her. I'm afraid she's going to teleport. That's what I'm afraid of. All right. So this is the end of this corridor, which is the end of the house. And we'll put it here. Wow. Mira. It's like, what? It's just water. That's what she's like. She's like, I don't understand what you're getting all upset about. It's just water. Did you see that? Okay, let's do this. And let's do this, except this is facing differently from the one. So we have this piece here, which I probably should have put facing this way, but I didn't. So we're going to face, and this one is faced this way. So I'm going to have to face this one this way because I did that. I heard a door. I heard a door. I'm just getting worried. Okay, I don't see anyone. I have got to get this finished. Yeah, this is something that you don't have to worry about on the surface. But yes, they will go to the end, whatever the end is. And that's the thing that you have to be concerned about. Constructed, and there we are. Let me go in the house and see if this is far enough. Oh, she certainly did. You know, I knew I heard that door. I knew I heard that door. Mira, why are you using your magic like this? God, this is scary. At least she's at this stage where there's enough air. So I might as well take that away and let her just come along. Because look at that. She did it anyway. I knew I heard that door. Wow. Let me sponge this right here. Let me gray, put this in up to the doorway for a second so that when she wants to come back this way, we can have this here. I'm going to have to put in the piece here now, and we'll worry about the end of this piece. I was trying to think if it comes up far enough. I don't think it does, and that's the thing that I wanted to add on a little bit there. But this is more important right now. She's not trying to come back this way. So let's see what happens here. What you gonna do when they come for you? Okay, she knows she's trapped. This is water right here. So she can't get to it unless she teleports. Let's do this first. Let's bring this here, and let's go, what is it? Infrastructure corridors. This is a concrete corridor segment, and we're going to turn it, we're going to bring it over here, level 3, turn it this way, and bring it to the end of this, wherever this ends, right here, which is right here. So see this part? This is what we want, that this is going to be here like this. She's in the water, but she can still breathe. And this is the thing that we have to be really careful about while we're doing this, that she can get up to oxygen in the area that she's in. And there's still oxygen in those parts. Let's come here. I know this is intense. Yeah, I'm gonna put them on this side. Put the things on that side, because that side's going to be closed. This side might be open glass-wise. And let's continue. She's okay. She's okay. And this is in the right place. And we can see those two parts and constructed. All right, up. Did you just see that? Did you see things come flying out of the house? So hold on a second. Here we go, right here. And that's because this is open. And let's fix this very quickly. right here. Oh wait, hold on. I need to make an X here. X. And let's fix this very quickly right in this part here. Let's put that in. We knew we were doing this, so this is not a surprise. I just forgot about this ledge piece that's always low right there. Now, this is not in a good place. This is apparently the doorway here. So I need another piece here in order to make this part work. But the sponge is making it so that she can, but there, she can't go any farther. Can she go here and still? She
What is
picked
it?
something up. Hold on. What did you just pick up from there? Mushroom, door, rug. Why do you have a sword?
Great to see you.
Mira, are you a knight? Are you a knight? Hold on. Let me do something about this hallway. Let's take some of this here. And she should be able now to cross this. So we'll put this here to get her to cross. Oh my goodness. We'll just say, oh my goodness. All right. This part is now a part of the wall, but we can see that right there? That's the end. So we need another piece at that corner, but we don't have to worry about it. That corner isn't going to affect where we're going, and so we'll just leave it for now. This is the part we need to bring down because of this door. We need this whole hallway here. Wow. That was fascinating. Mira's a knight. She's actually carrying a sword. I should actually fix that right now. Everyone in the city is going, is something going on? Mira, why are you carrying a sword? Has something happened? And she's like, no. That's what she's like. She's like, no. And so when we get done putting in these segments here, I'm actually going to change her level 3. Now we did need a doorway right across the way, didn't we? Right here, so we can't use this. Let's go back. Let's change the segment to a T or a cross. Level 3, this is a concrete segment, and we need the concrete piece that matches the segment to be right here. What am I looking at and why is it weird? Hold on. And there's the reason. Okay, so we'll move this way. So this is the 3-door right here, and this part right here, we'll just have to change this. This section right here when we get done, but we definitely need that 3-door and that part there, and that matches that, and these sections match here. And let's continue. Oh my goodness. Constructed. All right, so we have a new section inside this house that isn't there anymore. And let's get the doors. And let's look at this top part right here. So let's put this in. Oops, X, 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 X. There we go. And then we can get this right here. And there we are. Okay, and right here, I'm not going to worry about that right now. This is the actual doorway right here. So we'll put this here. Hold on. And I need sponges, but I don't want to do them right just yet. This right here is the doorway. So I'm going to put this here. This is not the doorway on this part, but this is the doorway for this one. And we'll do it like that. This has this part, and this part is open right here. So let's take this. This is the door. So let's take this part away and put this concrete across. And then make this concrete. This is actually here. Make that concrete. And this window? I don't know. Let's just leave it for now so that I know that that's there. And do we want to put the doors back? We can come down here and, oh, I have them on me. Okay, so see all this wall stuff here is going to go away, all of it, on this part right here, because we're putting this hallway. We're making this the hallway wall. But I want to put in doors. So we'll put that door there and that door there. And then we can go out here. So that should keep some of the water out now. And on this side, where this is, this part here, what's she doing? Lee, you two now? Okay, we're gonna have to put a sponge in this area here just to help. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. That's scary. I don't know what Mira is talking about, but I'm not doing that. Yes, good for you. And you just heard thunder and lightning. We have thunder. And we have serious thunder. Whoa. We only have a couple buildings that can be struck by lightning. And I can't go anywhere until I finish this. The buildings that can be struck by lightning are the Enchanting Tower, some sections of the Town Hall, but they're made out of concrete, so I don't think they can burn. See that right there? They could start her tree on fire. That would be interesting now, wouldn't it? Let me go to sleep for a minute, but I'm going to go to sleep back here where I was. Hold on. I'm afraid that if I leave, people are... See that? That's what I'm afraid of. So I've got to stay here for a second, and we're just going to go sleep right here. And there we are. Oh. I don't know. That was unexpected. I didn't think they would actually, I'll fix that later. They would actually come this way since there was water in the hall, but I was wrong. And so we'll continue to get this part done right now. Now the farmer's not going to come this way. He's just going to that farm from that door, and that's actually fine. So let's continue. It almost looks like Lee Who's this right here? No, it's like Mira is sending people down. This is Fernando, to see if this is finished, to see what's going on down here. Doesn't it seem that way? It does. We have to go all the way down to here, but what we will do here is we'll do this first. So let me come to here and let's do underwater base, infrastructure, corridors, concrete, and we need a T-cross. Level 3. Let's bring it up and let's put this part this way, and that's how it's supposed to be, and that part there. And look, we can see the white right there and the gray right here, and this is where the entrance is, right here. So for this one, we'll probably have a light here and a light on the outside and have 2 grays right there, and I think that'll work. And look at this. We still need a piece to come around, and we need 2 pieces here. So let's continue. How close are we? Ah, look where we are. I'm actually going to have to stay for a minute. I have to stay for the half hour and finish for just a second because of the danger. And let's come here. This is in the right place. Everything else is matching up correctly. So let us construct it. And there, the doors just disappeared on that part of the house. So let's go in, let's get the doors, and let's close this part here. Close that part. Let's X this. X this. Vincentius, I'm going to do a half hour. I have this area of the world of the place that's open, and the guards are coming here. Even though this is open, they're coming here anyway.
Might throw off my meticulous scheduled evening, but
Oh yeah, might
yeah,
it?
I think it's fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I might as well put this piece here for a second. And right here, there we go. There we go, Zaf. There he is. Let's take this away and put that in. And we've got this. Let's change that to white. And this is the door right here. Let's put the doors back. Let's put the gray in. Gray right here. And let's take this, put one here and one here, and take this gray and put this here. So it's on the outside of this door. And now let's put the doors in, so to keep the water out of this area. And there we have it. Okay, I need one more. I hope he's, I don't know that he's still there, Mr. Villager. I don't know. He might have thought it was stressful, the fact that the druids wanted to come into this place where there's water, and he might have thought that was a little too stressful for him, and I'm sorry about that. Ah, look what we did. We didn't do the hut block piece right. We'll just have to let that go for now. Why are you here? Let's put this in right there for a minute. And there's that. Do I need this to be here? I don't think so. Let's put that part. And that gives us this hallway. In this area here, we don't need that. And we're just going to go ahead and take this piece on the inside and put it right there for right now. And because these hallways have this look to them. They have this section to them. Now that we have this here, I'm going to bring this down to here for a minute. I know I need just this one piece, and this is the end of the building. See that right there is the end of the building right there. So I need this piece to come right in here. I'm just going to do this for now. And this piece here, right here. What did you miss? You just had, in other words, you took a nap? Yay! I'm glad you took a nap. I hope Zaf is napping. I hope that makes Zaf feel better. And let's come into here. What did you miss? We just put in 2 new houses right in this area here. Let's take this part of the, this is the glacier. We're taking it back just a little tiny bit there. And then we're going to put glass in. Do we have glass available on us? Sure we do. Of course we do. So let's take the glass. 9. And let's put the glass in our hand, and let's come up here. And let's start putting glass down in this hallway. There we go. Okay, so that part of the hallway is dry. And this part of the hallway is still connected to water leaking. There is a source right there, so we'll make that source go away. And this is pretty dry in this part. And now we've got this section here. And so we have 2 houses that we put here. We put one of the cavern alternative houses here, which I love. This house, I actually love this house so much. So we're putting this house in right here. I'm going to put some foundations down from these pieces right here and have this whole thing be sitting on stone for where it is. So we'll put that there. And we have that here. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So we just need one more of these on this side to come to here. And then we need 2 right here. And that's what we're going to do in this half hour. So we're staying a little bit longer. We're staying an extra half hour so that we can do that. So let's come up here. And we are fine, good. And then let us come back to here. Let's do underwater corridors, concrete, segment, level 3, raise it up. And there's the match. And then let's push it back out because I think it's overlapping too much. So we'll come to here. One of these is actually here. So we'll look this way. And there's the part that isn't touching. So they're facing that way. So we need to turn these this way. And there it is right there. This is just a regular hull piece that we're adding to this part right here. And we are done. Level 3 constructed. X. Now in this area right here, we're not having anything for a while. So this is not going to go any farther than this. We're going to take this away. We're going to put that right there and then put this. Where are they? Okay. And then we're taking this off. And now we can put the glass and right here. So this part is sealed, and then we'll go inside and fix the part that is letting in water right here. So this part, we need this to be right here, like that. Ah, wrong thing. Whoa, look what I just used. Let's come to here, put that in like that. Okay, and then let's come to here, so that's not there, and that took away to there, and that's okay. This is closed, and right here, this needs that. And on this side, there really isn't anything much to look at, so I'm not going to worry about making that glass in this area right at this time, because we have this dirt block. It looks like, doesn't it look like they dumped a whole bunch of dirt here to use in the farms? That's actually what it looks like. A bunch of dirt and sand was dumped here to use in the farms. That's what it looks like. All right, let's come here, because everywhere else is gravel pretty much. And let's come to here, and we've got room for 2 of these, if I'm not mistaken. No. WAT. Okay, I went too far. Corridors, concrete, segment, and let's turn it this way. Level 3, turn it this way and bring it all the way out for a second so that I can stand someplace and see how this is going to work and how many I need. And there it is. I only need 1. This is going to be one of these ones where we need 1, and then we'll just have to put these other pieces in. And I think we're going to do it that way. So we'll put this one in the middle and then connect the other pieces to it. And I'm good with that. This one is facing the wrong way. Let's look. These are facing out. Nope, it's facing the right way. Okay, good. Look down the hall and see all of them in a row, and constructed. And there we are. So this is the last segment that we needed to connect everyone together. Inside the house, let's go in for a second and fix the wall right here where all the water is going to come in. So we're putting in this on top. Look at those pictures and everything staying on the wall. That just seems interesting. That seems new, that they weren't affected by that. Isn't that curious? That is. All right, so we have these sections, and then let's come out here. Close the door. Close the door. Thank you. Okay, and now we're going to get this part to put in. And even though we're showing the gray line, we're not having the gray line in the house. So we aren't. So that's just not happening. So in this part here, we're just going to have this be here. This is going to be lined with this right here, and then this part is closed up. So let's put this on this side. On this side, let me look at something for a minute and see. We actually have a good piece there. So let's go ahead and put that where it should be. And then we'll put in this, and we'll see what's happening here. For now, I'm going to put the gray, and then we'll put the white up. And whites and the gray. I'm going to have to do these in a way that I can see. Let's take this away here. And this part is here. And this is it. This is it right here. Let's close this door. Nope. This part. And then this. Whoops, wait a minute. There it is. This here. And then that part. So then let's go this. And this. This here. For now, until I figure out what I'm going to do there. We're just going to cover this the way it is covered. We'll see what we want to do on the outside later. But right now, we're going to put this in, and there it is. And we have something missing. We have you. And there we are. So we have a couple water sources. We have one right here, and a water source here, and a water source here. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Wow. That's actually intense, isn't it? Goodness sakes. I'm not sure I want these windows. I think we're going to not have them. These two right here. We're going to close this in. I'll put that in. And let's come here and do the same here. We're not going to have this inside the house. It depends on what the house looks like later, but we're not having it now. This is going to be interesting. This is not going to be here. That part, we can have that line there, and these on the other side will be fine. So we have something here. What is this? This is the hallway right here, and there's a painting on that part. If we move the glass one this way, see there's a painting on both sides of that. Let's see what it looks like here. How close are we? Oh, we have a little bit of time. Yay. Okay, so see where the glass is and where these paintings are right here? That's what we're looking at. Let's come to here. And of course, we haven't done anything with the roof. So the roof is doing its wonderful leaky thing. This is cavern style. It is not made to be underwater. And that is why it is acting like this. Did we lose the chain for the lamp? I think we did. When we had the water. And this is going to maybe be uneven the way this is. So we're going to take this glass here and put this here. We won't have these corners. This corner right here, and this is going to come here. Let's put this here. So the glass is just going to come to this area right here. This glass is not going to be here. At least not like that. We might be able to have a glass here like that. But then we'd have to have one on this side, right here. Do we want to? This is the living room here. So these would be like living room windows. I have to do this from the outside, right there. Okay, so that would be like that. Let's go out here. You see what's wrong here. Let's put this piece, wait, too far down. There we go. And put that there. Okay. So, here we are. This is the old fashioned version of this when we were just beginning to have walls. We didn't have panels yet. And some things have been changed here. These are trap doors. And I think those are trap doors. Let me see. Nope, that's the first panel. So she left the walls like this, but we know that we don't have to have these. These are actually walls. We can actually use panels and make these walls thinner, which will allow us to put stuff on certain sides of this. And we might want this wall to actually be a wall right here. But this panel area here, this wall area here, we can make that into panels when the time comes. This part is okay. And because the windows are down here now, we will probably end up moving the windows down to here for the rest of the house. So the windows would be here. The only thing is we have a glacier here, and so we don't need any windows at all in this section right here. This is all going to be, there isn't going to be any glass in this part right here, and we can just have that go away. If I want to repair this lamp for a minute, let me look and see what I have on me. I don't need these, this, I don't really need these right a minute. Let me put the sponge away. Let me bring these two down. This was me looking at what in the world Mira was holding. She was holding one of these, which was like, what? And so we'll have to go back and look at that. He's here, and the glass. All right. Let's get a chain for the lamp. Or, yeah, we're going to use a chain. I think they were using rods, because then it would look like it was lit. I think they were using these. So one there and one there. Yeah. So that it looked like it's lit. Isn't that nice? That's so cool. I actually love that. The use of these blocks, these terracotta blocks as lampshades. I love that part. And that's just vanilla. Those are the rods from the end and terracotta. and this big, beautiful kitchen here. And there we go. So I have been here for a long time, and I'm going to go now to back into the city for a minute. This is at the farm country. Yes, we still have a lot to do. And I was going to move all the windows. We'll do it later. But we'll move all these windows down. And there aren't any windows in the bedrooms. And we don't need for there to be. So on that back wall here, you can see beyond the glacier. So we can put windows in this area. I just don't have enough time to start a project that massive right now. Let's find out why Mira is a knight. And let's open this up. Let's get a shovel for a second and open up this house. And you will recognize this immediately as the little house on the prairie that we just loved. Dun, 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 dun. See? This is what it looks like at level 1. And then level 2, the beds move over there. And then level 3, the beds move upstairs. And we're going to do the whole full level 5 of this one as soon as we have some builder handy to do that. So that is this entrance. And because it's going to be in the hall like this, we are more than likely, and we can do it right now, we are more than likely going to do this with it, because it's a level, it's a 3, so we can put this here. Let's put that on top of there, and then we'll just use one of these for right now and put this here, and they'll be able to come in like that. And until I decide what kind of door we're going to have to put there, because it's the hall. Although I prefer, no, I don't know what I prefer right now. I'll leave it like that till we see what happens. And let's get all of this to go. All right, now let's find out what's going on with Mira. So this entire section is new. So we have this area where we have this new house. This is going to be interesting. We have a second new house right here. There is room for another house to be right here. And there's room for amenities of some sort. We could have another restaurant in this area. We could have some kind of stores or something in that area. Ooh, 2 minutes. Let's run back and let's show this area's location to town, because this is actually, yeah, that one's fine. This is actually not as far out as it seems like it is. We can actually cut through here. This is the farms, and take that corner out that we just put in. And there, it's the middle of, no, it's late in the afternoon, and people are waiting for some things. We still have our couriers, and there's no question about it that when you have a certain level of a warehouse, if you don't have a full number in there, it really does seem to affect them being able to work. You'd think that the fact that you have 2 warehouses would make it that they would work fine, but that's not how I don't see that. I don't see evidence of that. Whenever I have 2, I have to get to the point where both of them have 10 in order for it to work as well as it did when there was only 1. And so we'll check and see. This is my experience I'm happy to have my experience change. Mira, I am so sorry. I am so sorry that I did that to you. She's like, oh, thank God. Oh my gosh, those things are heavy. I don't like carrying them.
What can I do for
know
you?
You don't, and you don't have one. I took it away, I think, and she had come back here. Wow, if I had thought about that sooner, I could have taken away the sword and I wouldn't have had to worry about her. Because we don't make swords. So there is no way she was going to get one. That's excellent. But there she is. She's now a druid, like she should be. And all is right with the world as we stand in this gorgeous globe. This egg, it's more like an egg. And this is the Druid Central right here. And I am going to come here. Thank you. Yeah, no, she did not like being a knight. She said that the sword was too heavy and she didn't like it. She's absolutely a druid. Absolutely a druid. And so here we go. Mr. Villager, obrigado. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. And Zaf, I think Zaf might have gone to sleep. But Afgaristo Zaf, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. And we will be back Tuesday. And we'll do lots more fun stuff. We'll find some wild and crazy decorations we can do with that cavern style house, and it'll be fine. Nah, Mr. Villager, she's absolutely a druid. Hold on. Let's go back here. Let's just show that she's a druid. This is how we know. So look at her numbers. So as a druid, she has 40 and 33. She has 40 mana and 33. When she's a knight, look at the abilities. She has a 7 and a 5. She doesn't have any of the things that she would need. Look at Elsa, has a 40 stamina. Mira wouldn't survive an attack as a knight. She hasn't been trained, and that's the reason why I'm saying that. Yeah, absolutely not. She is absolutely a druid, and she loves it. She does. That's the way, for anyone who's watching who hasn't been here before, that's the way that I am saying that they like their jobs, that they have the skills for it, that they have the knack for it, the stamina for it, whatever they need to do those things. You'll remember, if you've ever done underwater base, that these were swords here, and we changed them out for the trident and the scepter, which are just symbols of those nations. They are not meant as weapons in this area. So we've been listening to Drone Hands music, and I had thought that I was going to change the end music, but I didn't. And so we are going to listen to Adrift, which is the name of the end song. Vincentius Primus wrote it for his project Excitable Me, and you can go out to excitableme.com or Bandcamp and you can hear the entire piece. We're just going to hear a little bit of the piece right now. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. Bye for now. Bye for now.